Most anybody will look at a snake and say, "Oh, that's a venomous snake. We got to kill it." But even the venomous ones, I don't think they deserve to die.
I don't think so either. I
He
mean,
was there first.
if I saw one in my backyard, I would just like take the hose on a jet setting and just like,
Yeah, that's generally
they'll
what they
go
recommend.
away.
Just spray him with a hose, and he'll generally
hmm
slither away to do snake things somewhere else.
I'm fine with a snake, just
But if
because
you've
I
got
have to
snakes on
be
your
out
property,
there.
that means that there are other things that
They're
need to be
rodents.
addressed. Right. There's
Yeah.
you've got piles of wood that are going to harbor spiders too. You've got rodents. You've got, a host of other issues.
Correct.
The snake is the least of your concerns.
I agree with you.
But
I
it is a
agree.
good idea if you're out, and of course this is an adventure show. If you're out and about in Texas or anywhere else, it's a good idea to know the snakes that inhabit the area and how to
Mhm.
tell them apart, how to tell the good ones from the bad ones. And
Yeah, what is it over here? It's either the cottonmouth, the copperhead. Copperhead has that Hershey kiss on their
some of them do. The broadband does
the
not. The
broadband.
eastern
Yeah,
copperhead has the Hershey kiss pattern, and the eastern
hmm
broadband does not.
does not. Okay.
But it still looks very, very much similar. Just the
hmm
kiss doesn't touch the top.
Gotcha. But it still does look like a Hershey kiss in a
Right.
way. Yeah. And then you have the rattlesnakes.
Yeah, of course you have the western diamondback rattlesnake, and they're all
Yeah.
three pit vipers. They're all distant cousins of each other.
Ah,
And you have the coral snake is the other
coral
one that's
snake
venomous.
that's in the waters.
No, it's
No,
it's terrestrial mostly.
is it?
Yeah, and the
There goes my
myth on that
theory.
one was, oh yeah, you can go by the color rhyme. Yellow touches black. Friend of Jack, yellow. I don't forget how it goes, but I don't pay attention to it because it's a myth. It doesn't work.
Mm.
There are plenty of examples of aberrant coral snakes that don't follow the rhyme. Definitely a venomous snake, but doesn't look like one if you're going by the rhyme. Generally, with a coral snake, you look at their head and you look at their tail, and it'll drop the red altogether, and it'll be
Ah,
black and yellow,
gotcha.
just like caution, black and yellow.
Ah, okay. I'll remember that one then.
Mm-hmm. If you're messing with a coral snake, I'm going to go ahead and say you probably deserve to get bitten because they have rearward fangs in the back of their mouth.
Oh my gosh.
They really have to. You really got to be messing with him hard to get your
Yeah.
skin that far into his mouth.
Yeah.
If you're messing with a coral snake, you probably deserve to get bit.
Correct.
All the rest of them are pretty, upfront and personal about leave me the hell alone.
Yeah, I think it's like when you walk in for brush and stuff, you gotta
Make a
be
lot of
careful.
noise.
Well, plus you step on one because they do blend in pretty well
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
environment. Yeah, when I lived in Utah, I saw some big old snakes on those hikes, but I think most of them were non-venomous, but still, they were pretty big snakes.
Do you come across a lot of venomous snakes here?
I come across cottonmouths because I live by a pond by the Trinity.
How do you identify a cottonmouth? What's your method?
The hooded eyes for me.
Right,
Is
if you're looking straight down, you won't be able to see their eye.
No, and then also their body is very fat.
Fat and short.
Fat
Yeah.
and short, and yes, and they're usually dark.
Mhm.
When they're out on the pavement, they're pretty dark. I was walking my dog one day, and I was trying to go down to the pond, and there's like a little walkway that goes there, and it had rained quite a bit.
Mhm.
I didn't realize that it was actually flooded, because it does flood when it rains quite a bit. And then the snake was literally sitting right in the middle of that walkway pathway, and I just like dead stopped, like with my dog.
That's what they want you to do.
Yeah,
Go the hell around them.
just sitting right there. Oh, we just went back,
Oh,
but
yeah.
because there's no way to. I mean, it was flooded, so we couldn't go anyway. But it was sitting right there, so you could tell it was cottonmouth.
They also have a black band across
They
their
do
eye.
have the black band. Yep.
And a juvenile looks very much similar to a copperhead. You know that?
I did not know that.
Yes, a juvenile has little spots in addition to the
Oh wow.
Hershey kiss pattern, but they look almost the
When
same.
this was not a juvenile,
The
I guess.
edges of the pattern on a copperhead are pixelated, whereas the edges on a copperhead are smooth.
Don't the cottonmouths also sometimes have like a white belly or like a light
Like
belly?
a zebra stripe, checkered pattern almost. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
But I mean, I'm not going to pick up a copperhead and look at his stomach
I'm
to
not
see if
gonna
it's a
either.
copperhead or cottonmouth.
I'm just gonna go right back.
Right, I'm going to go way the hell around him, or I'm going to
Yes.
gently usher him off the trail with a long stick longer than my arm.
Yes, I'm always scared of them biting me,
Mhm.
but I'm mostly concerned about my dogs,
Right.
because what do I do with a dog? How am I going to carry a 100-pound dog?
Dogs
That's
have
dead weight, right?
Dogs have an incredibly resilient bloodstream when it comes to getting bitten by a venomous snake. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
A lot of dogs are actually immune to it.
Interesting.
They may puff up a little bit, but they'll be fine within a few days. Most vets, in fact, administer Benadryl for a snake bite.
Interesting.
Okay, I won't say most because that's a blanket statement. I don't like using blanket statements, but
Mhm.
a lot of vets will just administer Benadryl and say, "Yeah, take him home, let him rest, give him plenty of
Wow.
water, just leave him alone, he'll be all right."
That's interesting. I wish humans were like that, but yeah, we're not like that.
Well,
So
like I said, if you're messing with a snake, if you're over, you see these videos like on TikTok and on Instagram and
yes.
X of people that are like handling a venomous snake with no protection equipment, no
No, I
tongs,
know.
and it's you either don't know or you're dumb enough to try it.
Well, you're also overconfident
Right.
that it's not gonna
That definitely plays a
bite
part.
you. But
And then they get bit, of course, and they go to the hospital and they go through 17, 18,
do you
25
know
vials of
that's a
Crofab.
very expensive hospital stay?
Oh yeah. Oh
Super.
yeah. A
That
lot of insurance doesn't cover it too.
anti-venom is really expensive. We're
Mhm.
talking thousands of dollars.
Oh yeah.
And
For one vial.
right, it's not covered.
It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I say those people, if you're out there messing with them and you don't know what you're doing, you've got it coming. You've got it coming.
You
All right, so
just
I noticed you brought in a bunch of notes and talking points with you.
I just brought some notes and talking points about the Grand Canyon.
What did we miss? We got 6 minutes. What did we miss?
Well, I mean, like if you want to talk about hikes, right? So the hike that I started was, or that I went,
Let me
yeah,
interrupt
yeah.
you just real fast. You know who to call if you drop that Rolex in the water, right?
No.
Blue Diver Search and Recovery.
All right.
Okay,
Got,
that's all.
got that covered. Good.
Okay.
All right. So the best hikes are the day hikes. Bright Angel is the one that I did this time around. Not all the way to the Indian Garden though, but I will next time. And then south, I think it's called K-Bab, or to Uwa Point or Skeleton Point. That's another good day hike. That's on the southern rim. And then multi-day, all this can be multi-day depending on how you feel and how experienced you are, and also
Right.
how in shape you are to do a hike. But the multi-day hikes is obviously rim to rim, which
Mhm.
is most like hardcore hikers, like
And that's what you said you're going to do when you go back.
yeah, I want to do the rim to rim. I also want to do I want to do the Bright Angel, but I want to go all the way down to the river. There was a bridge down there that is built in 1902 and it's still
Mhm.
there. Like that
Oh
bridge
wow,
is still there and you can still cross it.
like a suspension bridge.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
What's it?
Yeah.
Obviously wood, but
Mhm.
cool.
Yep. Yep. So I want to go see that, and you can cross it and you can go on the other side. But yeah, that's my goal for next year around this time. I want to do that. But yeah, I wrote down like any stories of the Grand Canyon hikes gone wrong and why it would go wrong. I mean,
Let's hear it.
in 2006, a hiker froze to death.
And it wasn't summertime, was it?
No, it wasn't summertime. It was actually spring, I believe. But just to kind of give you an idea how the temperatures can fluctuate, like
And here you
from
are going hiking in the Grand Canyon in spring and don't even take a jacket.
I did not even bring a jacket. I just
That could have
yeah,
been you.
it could have been.
Could have been you.
No, I don't think it would have been me.
Well, you didn't spend the night, did you?
I did not spend the night, but it was really cold at night though. Like where we stayed,
Mhm.
which was one of those eco camping sites, which was pretty cool. Like if I would 100% recommend anybody that goes to the Grand Canyon, north or south. I think they have it in the north side too, to go to Under Canvas, which is the eco camping site, and it's kind of luxurious. I mean, it's glamping really. It's not you're not you know.
Tell me about it.
I mean,
What was so glamorous about it that you would consider it glamping?
well, obviously you've got someone cooking for you breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh wow!
You've got coffee ready in the morning
So you
at
don't have to bring any of your own.
5 a.m. You wake up and the coffee is nice and the hot water if you want tea. It's all up there. The breakfast is like, bacon, eggs, pancakes, French toast, all those kind of stuff, right? People take vacations with their kids up there. But then the actual tents themselves, don't have electricity, obviously. They want you to feel almost like you're camping. They do have
They
a
want you to feel
patio,
like you're
like
camping.
you're camping, yes. Like you can do the marshmallow thing if you want to. They have like little wooden stoves, inside the high the what am I inside the tents. The beds are really comfortable though. Like I was so
So you're not
shocked.
sleeping on the ground like in a
No, I
sleeping
was
bag.
so
They want you to feel like you're
shocked.
camping, but not quite.
I wish I'd brought my sleeping bag though, because I did buy a really nice sleeping bag a few years back, and it's very, very warm, and it was super cold. And it's kind of it's I don't know how many people have experienced this, but when you go with a group of people, some people like to be really cold at night, and some like to
Right.
be nice and cozy and warm. And I am not the type that wants to be really cold. So it was three of us, and the tent had three beds, and one of us liked it really cold at night, and the two of us girls were like, "Oh, we're kind of cold. Like, we just want the stove on and everything else." And so, yeah, we were about to roll him out, like, just like his head out the tent, so he could feel the breeze. But we could
I'm that guy.
we
I
could
like to be
keep it.
cold at night.
Yeah, I think most guys do. I think it's a guy thing.
I get hot.
I think guys get really hot.
If I'm sweating, I ain't sleeping.
I think guys get hot. That's the problem. Girls don't really have that problem. But yeah, I mean, it's like, you can make a fire outside in the patio,
Hmm.
and you can cook marshmallows, you can make your s'mores and everything, or a hot dog or whatever. It's
That
cool.
sounds pretty great. That sounds. You know
Yeah.
what? I wouldn't mind going camping and have somebody else do all the work. That'd
Yeah,
be
and then you wake
pretty
up in the
awesome.
morning, you got yoga, you got a yoga teacher out there. It's like there's like a place where you do yoga. They bring you all of like, the yoga mats and everything, and then like the sun is coming up and you're like doing yoga while the sun is rising. Like it's beautiful, right? And then at night they have like a musician like play music, and there's like fireplaces everywhere, and it's pretty cool. It's a cool place. So I would highly recommend that if you're into that.
I'm more into the tent and the sleeping bag and the stove and
You can have
peace and
that.
quiet. That's more my thing.
And 100% you can have that. Yeah.
There's an island at the lake where I live, and one of my favorite things of all time to do was to take a good book and a hammock and a stove and a coffee maker and to go spend the night on the island, turn my phone off, park the
What do you do
boat.
about mosquitoes when you're on
There's
the
not a lot of them there. Build a fire.
No? Okay.
Um, Park the boat, throw the anchor out on land, make sure it's not going to float away on you,
Exactly.
and take off walking. Go put your hammock. There's a perfect spot that I use for my hammock. It catches the sunrise just right, and it catches the sunset on the other side just right.
Is there a trail on that thing, or just
No,
walk
it's a
into
tiny
the
island. It's less than an acre.
Mhm.
But that's all you really need. There's
Yeah.
grills, there's a fire ring, there's a
Yeah.
covered
Sounds
pavilion,
amazing.
and you can listen to the waves all night.
That's amazing.
The stars are amazing on that island.
Yeah.
Um, and I'd like to get back into that soon. Lately, work has taken precedence over adventure, and
Mhm.
there's adventure in the work, but I want to get back to the real adventure.
Absolutely.
But thanks for coming in tonight. It's
Of
been a wonderful
course.
show. I really
Anytime.
enjoyed talking to you and listening to
Yeah,
you, and
me too.
would love to have you back on the show anytime
Yeah,
you're ready.
absolutely. Awesome.
Thank you, Denisa. Have a wonderful
Yeah,
night. We'll see y'all next
thanks.
week on Texas Wild with Ryan Prigmore.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community.